In life, one of the most powerful things ever created is a little something called the movie. This is why Hollywood is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's why people show up to movie theaters like AMC every single day of the week. And one of the most popular types of movie concepts ever developed is the concept of the soulmate. So what is the soulmate concept, and what does it have to do with a man's greatest weakness? Let me explain. The soulmate concept is the idea behind popular movies like Spider-Man, where you have a guy who meets a really pretty girl, and they develop this unlikely attraction for each other, and ultimately they hook up and live happily ever after. But as we all know, real life is not like the movies. What you have to understand is that repetition is the father of learning. So the more that an idea is repeated to you, the more you begin to accept that idea as truth. So every time you go to see a movie that uses the soulmate concept, you will leave the movie believing a little bit more that real life should be more like the movie you just watched. It's like if beautiful girls kept giving you that look all the time. Eventually, you would believe that you are the most attractive man on the planet. But what you have to understand is that the soulmate concept is extremely popular because of how many nerdy guys out there want to genuinely believe that some stunningly gorgeous woman is going to magically fall in love with them right after they've been bitten by a radioactive spider. Why do you guys think this is always the main thing for most of the superhero movies out there, where most of the guys watching the movie are most likely to be like the nerdy guy in the movie? So the more this idea is repeated to you, the more that you start to set expectations that this is how it should work in real life. Hollywood movies use the soulmate concept because it's the most profitable for them. And Hollywood cares far more about money than making a movie that shows how things play out in real life. Which brings me to the most important part of this video. You see, a man's greatest weakness is what he does in front of his computer when he's alone in his room at night, when he's on websites that he knows he shouldn't be on. When you use these websites, you are seeing things that basically show an unrealistic view of reality. Because what's most likely happening is that you are watching videos that are basically showing a perfected image of what you are looking for at that given time as a guy who's in your room by himself alone at night. So the point here is that, like the movies, the videos that you are being recommended on these websites are also the videos that will generate the highest profit for the people who own the website. So in other words, you are being shown an unrealistic image compared to the type of girl that you could most likely attract in real life. I know it's kind of harsh, but it's just the reality for most guys out there. Now, this isn't always the case, but for the majority of men at their current point in life right now, it's unrealistic to expect that they will be able to attract even 10% of the girls in these videos. So what ends up happening, which has the potential to ruin your life, is that watching these videos through the power of repetition, you will ultimately develop unrealistic expectations for the type of girl that you can realistically attract in real life. So the more that you watch, the higher the bar is set, and the more depressed you feel in life when you're not able to get anywhere close to attracting the types of girls in these videos. And what you end up with is a never-ending cycle of disappointment, which will lead you back to the unrealistic videos, which then sets your expectations too high, which causes you to be sad again, and then the cycle repeats over and over again until the end of your life. If Hollywood movies and all these websites that you shouldn't visit actually showed real life, the truth is, nobody would watch them. So to avoid a man's greatest weakness, while simultaneously avoiding the collapse of your life and the collapse of your self-esteem as you know it, avoid going to those certain websites. And instead, go ahead and pop open a video from this channel. And with that said, you guys are awesome, and until next time, thank you so much for watching.